welcome to Jay and Laura TV. We are Jay and Laura LaFoon here to answer your questions about marriage and relationship. And like we've said before, one of the questions we really like to ask couples is, what is your greatest challenge in your marriage? And here is this Facebook fan's answer. The greatest challenge in our relationship right now, the past 5 years have been hard. We've dealt with a discovered affair and the aftermath of trying to put our marriage back together. We've had lots of fabulous biblical counseling, and now we're just trying to live it out. Good for you. I'm struggling with trust issues and intimacy issues, not sexually only. That will only take time to resolve. My husband is impatient and wants to just put it behind us. In the meantime, we've also become empty nesters as both children are now in college. So a lot at one time. We're moving forward with God's grace, one day at a time. We'd covet lots of prayers. One day at a time is the way you got to look at it. Because that really, with everything that you've got going on, you have to look at progress, not perfection.
Well, and that's really your husband too. I think it sounds like you maybe have a better grasp on the fact that it's going to take time and that it's going to take, some season here to resolve. But men are men. We see a problem, we want to fix it, and we want to move on to the next problem.
And I'm making an assumption that he was the one that had the affair. So yes, he wants to put it behind. He doesn't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I don't want to have to acknowledge every day that I've done something wrong. And I don't think that's what you're asking him to do. It's just that your part of the issue is going to take a little bit longer.
And a great book for any of you that have dealt with an affair in your marriage, whether it's this person or anyone else out there, absolute best book on recovering from an affair, because
that we've read, yeah,
is by
David Carter.
It's called Torn Asunder by David Carter.
Carter, C-A-R-D-E-R.
That's C-A-R-D-E-R, Torn Asunder, because surviving an affair is doable. A lot of hard work, a lot of pain and going through some tough discussions, but it is doable.
A lot of forgiveness.
A lot of forgiveness.
A lot of trust has to be built, just like you said.
And I liken trust being built to taking one sheet of paper and putting it down on a table, and then the next day placing another piece of paper on that. And you really don't see the trust growing day by day, even though it is, but you come back a year later and you've got a stack of paper this big, and you've built the trust that big. That's how you have to build trust, is one day at a time. So ask your husband for patience. Ask him to be patient with you, that you are wanting to make this thing work, but it is going to take time.
And I'm very glad that you have stated in here that you guys have had fabulous biblical counseling, because that is going to be one of the only ways you're going to get through it with rebuilding trust, and that he's going to get through it with realizing he made a mistake and we've got to move on. Again, I'm assuming he made the mistake just from the way it was written. But one day at a time, just remembering one day at a time, progress, not perfection, and really continuing to get that counseling. So thanks for tuning in. We are Jay and Laura here to answer your questions about marriage and relationships. We'll see you next week.